Good
Hey,
evening.
hey, it's the Aley and Jeff show.
What's going on, everybody? You know?
Yeah, it looks like Ruby's been busy. She's found all the emojis this evening. My
Oh,
goodness. Yes. How are you? Whose real name is really Juanita, but we have Juanita and Barb and Anya and who else do we have? Ellen
right.
and Ruby, 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 Ruby. Take your
Ruby.
love down. Oh, hi, Mary. It's good to see you too. I'm sure everybody's just getting the notices. Jeff and I were just commiserating about our dogs, and they're very much alike, even though they're totally different breeds. So, how about that?
Well, it's funny how, conditionally they really know how to work around our own behavior and our own
Uh-huh.
short-sightedness, and yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Hello there, Julianne. And I think you put a question in at the very end of my show with Terry. So please put a question in. We'll be happy to read for you. I like being silly too, Ruby. So you're all there, and we'll even take some of these questions
Oh,
tonight
yeah.
because we got that. You know what else I have is, and I have never used, but it's the same lady, but it's the investigations deck. And if there were more investigations going on, I'd use them, but it seems like people are getting away with lots of things they shouldn't be. So, and they're not being investigated. Anyway.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse. So,
Yeah. Yep, it is. I know.
I asked last night if this will pass the Senate, and I got a new pendulum today, and I calibrated it earlier. I didn't ask the pendulum this, but
Okay.
I think this, as bad as it's going to be, even if they make modifications, will pass the Senate. I got a yes on that with my cards last night. I mean, although they're saying Holly and Rand Paul and even Ron Johnson are iffy, but I'm sure they're going to go along with it.
He'll promise them something.
Yeah.
You know that.
I don't see them not going along with it.
Although they won't be reelected. These people aren't going to be reelected. I just want to say that right now. I don't believe they will be. Or if they are, it will be rigged, like it always is.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
And the midterms will be a joke if we have them.
Yep. All right, Ruby, you wanted a funny card tonight? I can pull one of those out. That would be fine. There was something that I read today that said Medicaid and maybe even Medicare, if this passes, won't go into effect till 2029.
2029. So then the Democrats can be held responsible for it. So some of it will start to take effect, but the other parts that are, I mean, they've got it all figured out. They've basically this week it was just like, I'm like, get on with it. I was like, just feeling really resigned to all of it. I'm just like, you know what? This is horrible. It's a horrible feeling.
Yes, it is a horrible feeling that we would say, all right. And that's what they want us to feel.
And that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just trying to break us down. So we'll just throw our hands in the air. Yep. And so, but we can feel that way for a while if we need to. But I think eventually we'll have, we'll be feeling it again. There'll be some other thing that will come up that will incite
be as ghastly as all of this. Yeah.
And you know it. Okay, so I got a question here from you, Ruby, and from Ellen, and then I see psychic medium Sheila. Hi, dear. How are you?
Hi, Sheila. Good evening.
Good to see you. Yeah, how have you been? I did read somewhere, Sheila, that you retired early because of all the BS. So I hope you're enjoying your retirement. That's, And hi, Anita, and hi to Christine, and to Anya's here. And let's see, I said hi to Mary. And Magical Mermaid, welcome. Peace, understanding, and sanity to all. Well, from your lips to God's ear, thank you very much. We appreciate you. All right, I got yours, Anya. Lois Hauger, it's nice to see you. Mary, you have a question. I got it. They are liars. I know they are. Yeah, they are liars. Yep. All right, Julie, got it. Got it from your question here. Those of you who have never seen Jeff, and some of you are saying hello again, so that's good. Jeff and I come on every couple of weeks lately, anyway. Yeah, and we switch channels, but we both simulcast. So yeah, so we're happy to be here.
And we're on 1 week earlier this week, right? Because I think you have something next week.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. So
that part of it I got right. I just couldn't remember whose channel we were on this week, and who was doing.
I know.
I lose it so quickly.
But yeah, I don't know where I am. And then my brother-in-law had to go and die this week, so that made it even more confusing for the week. Yeah, and no, certainly not trying to be smart about it. I mean, it was a surprise. He was only 67, and to me, that's not really that old.
That's not old.
Not really. Yeah. So, so Sheila, you're back, not early, but got out before they destroyed your office. I'm so sorry.
That's awful, Sheila. I'm sorry. That's not right.
Nope, not at all. Yep.
I'd be pissed.
Hello, Connie. Nita, I see you. 2 months after you bailed. Oh my God. Wow. Hi, Jan. And thanks for being a member again. That's wonderful. I'm glad to see you here. Yeah, Ellen, Medium Sheila had a different name. So now she's back.
Sheila Inquisitive Tarot, I think.
Inquisitive, it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. I deleted the old one. They were hunting feds and checking. Oh, God, honey. Oh.
Yeah.
They're going to do that to a lot of us. I don't know. After 34 years. Wow, Sheila. I'm sorry.
That's wrong.
I bet you do have stories to tell. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it is, Anya. Yeah, definitely is. Hi, Michelle. Do you have a question here? Okay. And anyway, yeah. So if anybody has a question about any of the, Jeff and I both have this wonderful deck, which is the predictions deck, and it's about politics, social stuff, whatever. If you want, but you don't have to. We're perfectly happy doing our regular reading.
They recommend another one, right, Aley, to use in combination with it.
They do.
I think when I read, I'm trying to go back. I'll have to find that out because I want to get it. I really like the deck. And I saw, after you mentioned it, I think I saw it on Linda Hughes' channel too.
Somebody used a deck that looked very familiar, but it was just like regular kind of readings. You know what I mean? Like, is that the one like that? Okay.
They were using it basically as if it were a tarot deck.
A tarot deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with the price of postage from Australia, it's about $100. So a lot of people can't afford it, and I totally get it. And so anyway, yeah. Hi, Eternal Light. Oh, Michelle, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Michelle.
Birthday, Michelle.
And Ellen, yours is Monday. That's wonderful. Yes, Ellen, it had a feather in it. Yes. And hi, is it Odelia?
Odelia Medeiros, yeah.
All right. Welcome.
Hi, Odelia. I can see you.
Yeah. Jeff has eyes in the back of his head.
Well, I kind of do when I'm like looking down at my phone because I can't see the chat from this. So.
I get you. No, I get you.
I'm like,
and look who else is here.
Fatima, hi.
Yeah. Hi, honey. Yeah.
I still don't know. And she was the first one that was really diligent about patronage on my channel. If it's Fatima or Fatima.
I had a student named Fatima, but I called her Fatima, and she got insulted, and she dropped my class.
That's why. Yeah. I'm trying to be
so yeah. And it was Our Lady of Fatima in, is it Spain, France, Italy?
I want to say Spain or Portugal.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah. Were you Catholic? I don't know.
I was Catholic, but I never ran with it. Maybe if I had, I'd have a better grounding and wouldn't have taken this long. But now I'm an apostate, right? If I'm doing this.
That's right. Look, she says Portugal.
Portugal.
Yep. Thank you. Is that how you pronounce it? The way I pronounce it or the way Jeff pronounces it? Because we want to do it right.
Yeah, I want to do it right too.
So let us know, hon. Yeah. Anyway.
Fatima, she's too nice to sometimes say it.
Oh, I'm sure
but
she is. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and she also can't really, she can't speak it. So, yeah. So, hello, Tapestry. How are you? It's good to see you.
My tapestry of the unknown.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's start. We got about 8 questions. Oh, Sheila,
Okay.
you were recovering Catholic too? Okay. All right. There you go. Me, I was a Sunday school teacher at the
Oh,
congregation.
God.
Yes. And so I was very, and I was a rainbow girl. I was all those things. And then I studied all the religions just because I wanted to know more. They're all the same. They're all based on the same thing.
Yeah, you're not the only one to have said that. I think
Yeah.
Denise and Irish Granny Tarot say basically the same things.
It's true. It's true. It's some are just stricter. Like in the Catholic Church, you're supposed to go through the priest to get, to be able to talk about your sins. You don't have to do that in the Protestant church. So, a lot of people say, "Well, I'm going with them," Yeah. But anyway, all right. So I don't know if you have any fun cards. Do you have any fun cards?
Fun cards. Every
Like,
card is fun.
well,
Every
is
deck
it
is fun, right?
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
get these inner fucking peace cards. So,
well, let's see. Maybe I should get those. I'm gonna have to order them so we can at least be on the same wavelength about something like this. Not that we aren't when we read.
no, I know. Yeah.
I really like this deck that Ramon recommended, the Surrealist
Oh,
Tarot.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
I might use that tonight. And I
Yeah.
do have my Lenormand that I like. A couple other, yeah. And I do have this one, Irish Granny Helen got. I saw it. I had to ask her what it was, the Art Nouveau. And then my old style Lenormand. So I've got a lot of decks here.
Yeah. Well, you can pick whatever one you want.
Okay.
Right, Denise Fletcher. Now we just talk to spirits. Yes. Yeah, many different cards. All right, Ruby, that's fine. Jeff, and you have the same birthday, which was just recently.
Oh, we do, Denise?
No, Odelia.
Odelia. Oh, yeah. Odelia and I have the same birthday. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. Barbara, you were a church secretary. Yeah. What? I don't consider it a step up or down. I just consider it life's lessons. There you go. All right. So take a 5-minute mental vacation right now, Juanita, aka Ruby. You know why? Because it's fuck this shit o'clock. All right. So apologies to anyone who does not like the F word, but I absolutely love these cards, and I have a bit of a sailor's mouth, believe it or not. So there you go. All right. All right.
Juanita, I saw a cherry blossom tree. Ruby, I saw a cherry blossom tree for you. And they're telling me right now that you're in rebellion mode.
Ooh.
You got the Hierophant reverse, something, that you would be sinking into higher, but it's either the government, your job, or something that is winding you to a place where you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and getting free of it. The 8 of Cups with Saturn and Pisces, and the 5 of Cups again in the reverse, where there was this element of regret, the moon in what? Pisces. I feel like you're coming out of something and into something better. And I kind of feel like you want either revenge on someone or someone took umbrage with you, but you're rebuilding your house and getting it in order right now. Just don't sweep the anger under the rug. Try to feel it and try to go with it, but don't hurt anybody, because judgment reversed. That can be a harsh judgment, and that also can be our apocalypse card. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Jeff, I have to say that I'm not sure if I'm reading cards tonight with my son or my friend Jeff, because I only see from your nose up, and my son has the same glasses and the same head. All right. I'm just being a shithead. All right.
No, that's better.
All right. Here we go. Well, let's see who's next. All right. We got Ellen. I would love a reading about changing jobs. Well, good. I would rather that you change jobs than have to change your underwear. Sometimes that happens. So let's see what we can come up with here, Ellen. Are you applying for different jobs, Ellen? Or you're just thinking about all right. Oh, I got to bring out my crazy cards here. Hi, Play. What are these things? All right. So the first card I get is about intentions, and it says, "Looks like you need a safe place to open up. So you want to be able to work at a place that you feel you can open up and be the real you, Ellen, to an extent. I mean, I know we're not completely crazy at work, but we have to know at least we have some supportive people that we work with." But I got the V is for the Vendetta card, which is really interesting. But it's like you almost will put away any differences in order just to get your job done. So if you're anything like Jeff and I, and you like working from home, and my son does too, actually, then, you know, you'd be okay because we don't have to really deal with other people unless we make a big mistake and we have to call on them. I get here to be vigilant about what you're doing. So if if it seems too good to be true, Ellen, it might be. So be careful. And don't be stubborn, but don't be stubborn and uncompromising. So it could be you'll have more than one job interview and you're kind of torn between the two. And one might be too compromising or too, you need to really be careful. And the other one may be that you're too stubborn. So you're going to have to balance that out a little bit.
The first thing I heard for you was Parks and Recreation, like either the TV show or something. And I am getting kind of the same energy Aley got. I did this with 5 Lenormand front to back. And there you have a lot to offer, but there's something in there from another job or previously that was either swept on the rug or hidden from you that came as a shock, and or it was getting in the way of a goal. Because with the anchor knighting to the clouds card, I feel like something minimized what it was. You had a lot of goals and a lot of intentions because you're at the front of the reading up top, and you have a lot of you felt like you had a lot of control over it. I'm getting though now that this has to be something, as Aley said, that does bring you a little bit more joy, because I think you have this tendency to work way too hard. And if you're in a position that requires a lot of diligence and attention, you'll be fine in any job. But what they're telling me is be careful of somebody or somebody around you that might be in the way of your goals, if only just to be a little gnat, is what I'm hearing. Just to be a little pest about making themselves known to you. But it's really not for any nefarious purpose, but it is someone that feels it's one-upsmanship. But yeah, you need to do something a lot more fun that doesn't stress you out as much, because the birds are about stress in a lot of cases. So be vigilant, like as Aley said. Yeah.
You feel held back at the current job, but you are really thinking about working part-time and or occasionally. Yeah, if you can get that kind of a gig, I would do it, Ellen. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm sort of paring back.
Yeah, they're telling me the next one will be better because I calibrated my new pendulum earlier, and this is a yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Your supervisor seems insecure.
Yeah.
If they feel that way, if you do something that they feel, ooh, this might impact me, then they're gonna sort of lord that over you, and you don't need that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, Charlie, I'll put you on the list here, hon. Thank you. Hi, Barb P. Nice to see you. All right, we have Archangel. Which archangel or archangels are working with me? Anya wants to know.
That's a tarot card question, because the pages can be archangels.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's see what
we get one of those, or let's see.
I have Archangel cards, but if I'm not really sure where they are. Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm going to try it a different way and see if I can get the answer from a different angle. Here we go.
I'm getting, I got the Page of Pentacles for you, so it might be I know how to I know how to answer this question. Google the Page of Pentacles.
Google.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it. That's another
Yeah, there you go.
divination tool.
Yeah.
Because Page of Swords, I think, is Michael. Uriel, I think, is Wands, maybe, but I'm gonna have to look at this. Page of Pentacles.
Oh, it's all right, Hanya. We can work it out. It's okay. Hi, Sonia Claiborne. Nice to see you. I have an answer. I get unified flames, which I find is fascinating. What I'm feeling is that there's more than one, that we have a little bit of Metatron in there, and perhaps some of Raphael. So Metatron is sort of an expansive archangel that works, he is the only one that's had a human lifetime. Metatron is. And Raphael is the angel of healing. And so it's like we're working on a unified front to connect with each other, to amplify your light and lead you to greater achievements. And so it's mutual support by the two of them. And all you have to do is to ask them to come in, and they're there for you. If you're feeling like you need some assistance with cutting away some detritus or some problems, then call on Michael. But the other two can help.
It is Archangel Michael.
Is it?
It is Aley. Yeah.
Okay.
There's something going on here with, and I drew cards about it. There has something to do with Michael. The Page of Pentacles embodies grounding, stability, and practical application. And with your cards right now, there's some element of something with family that I think you're trying to work through, negotiate something. I don't know if you got an inheritance recently or if you're an executor of a estate, but you got the Chariot reversed, which makes me think something didn't come through the way it should have. But in the midst of this is the sun, and there's fire energy in this. There's also Taurian energy with this somehow. And the Page of Pentacles, as I said up top, and the world. So it'll work itself out because it embodies all of those things that I think you're starting to possess now, whereas maybe before it might have been a challenge for you to embody those things that the Archangel Michael represents. So I think you're there.
Okay. Awesome.
Because you got the world card in front of you, that pause before the next thing, you're ready for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I got your Anya says Metatron is newer. Well, he is too, and you don't always need him, but he's pretty much there. But you call on Michael, Raphael, and Metatron.
Oh, okay.
There you are. That's why they came through. And of course, well, all three came through. Because I got Metatron and Raphael, and then later Michael, and you got Michael. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Victoria Lamas, I got your question, but are they the same? I see two questions. And so do you want the message from your brother, or do you want the Claire question answered? Just get one. So let me know, please. All right. Sonia, I got your question. Well, good. And Maureen, we were reading earlier for Ruby. And so we haven't read for you yet, Maureen, as far as I know. Let me look. Did we? Did we read for you? No, haven't read for you yet. No, not yet. Okay. All right. So Miss Mary would love to hear from her guides with career advice. Not sure what I'm meant to be doing. Well, we could see what they say. How about that? Yes. Oh, Maureen, I'll do the fun card for you. And when it's your turn. Yeah.
They're telling me she's supposed to save somebody or save something. She's a humanitarian at heart. I don't know if it's animals or.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Victoria, I get brother, please, Claire, please. I got to know which one. So we only do one tonight. Okay. Be happy to do it, though. Hi, Diana. Okay, J Cat Lady, I gotcha. Thank you. Mary, quite contrary. Maybe you don't know where you're supposed to go. Hello, Chrissy at Footprint Tarot, I mean. It's good to see you. Moving into fall, Chrissy. Getting a little cooler down there in Oz.
I'm feeling like you were in a position with a lot of men, and a lot of the energy seems a little bit like blowing in the wind type of energy, just to get like a paycheck type of thing. Because you got the Knight of Swords reversed, and then you got the King of Wands, and you're sitting in, which is good, Cups energy. And I feel like this is looking at what that one thing was that went wrong, or fleeting happiness. What you've done in the past has not brought you joy at all. And what I did hear was buck up. Heard the two words buck up. I don't know if it was your spirit's guide saying it, but when they were saying it, there was something showing me like a mirror, and you put on a brave face to do a job when you're miserable. So we need to change that. And you did get a chakra realignment on top. So there has to be some sort of thing within you right now to get to that place. But I did get, this can be a war card. The opportunity might be there, but you might have to do a little bit of soul searching for what it is you really want to do. But you do get better cards in the future, the Nine of Coins, the Chariot upright, and then the ultimate manifestation card, right? The Page of Pentacles. So they're telling me right now, you don't really need to, or maybe you feel you do, put up with something just to hold a job down, because this came upright, and you're in a prison. We need to get you out of that. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. That's kind of what I get, honestly. I get, first of all, you're just, this job that you're either currently doing or did just brought a lot of tears and heartbreak. And so you need to find something that's going to be much better. And that it says here, do your heart's calling. And, you know, some of us, we don't have a choice. We can't always do what our hearts are called to do because of proximity, or because of the ability to, you know, maybe you have to have a degree, or you don't have to have a degree, or whatever it is, but they want you to do your heart's calling. So whatever your heart is calling you to do, the best way I can explain this too is that whatever you really loved doing when you were younger, is really your heart's calling. I know that I started teaching when I was in the 9th grade. I started going to this classroom and teaching kids. And then I also liked acting. So what's my heart's calling? It's what I'm doing right now. It took me a long time to get to it, though. And guess what? You are, with your positive thinking and your understanding, you will fulfill your destiny, because you got the Buddha card.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, wonderful news. Yeah. So yeah, let it come over you, you know, wash over you, and you will understand it when you see it. Yeah. Yep. Wow. All right. What is this? Charlie, somebody is taking over your keyboard, Diana? Ooh, what are you doing? Ouija board there or what? Oh, the tin sound is, do you have a bird there, Jeff?
No.
No, so there's a funny sound. It sounds like a bird going.
Maybe someone did have a bird here. I hear like a parakeet or something.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe the administration's effing with me.
Maybe.
In my live tonight.
Lovely. How you doing, guys?
Or I should say the regime.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. We have Miss Julianne Guthrie Smolson.
Hi, Julianne.
Yeah. And you want a general message. Would be beautiful. Feeling your rainbow, Duke. Is it doggy? Not Doogie, right? Your doggy is over the rainbow bridge. You want to hear from your dog? Okay. I think that's what you mean. And if I'm wrong, let me know. All right. I just love my dogs. Every one of them. Present and not present.
They're showing me a snowshoe and like hearing the word mulligan too. M-U-L-L-I-G-A-N.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's cute. I remember when first time Medium Kim read for me, she said, your dad's coming through and he's surrounded by all these dogs. So dad's having to take care of one on the other side. Sorry, Dad.
This dog I'm seeing was sitting in front of like a palace or a castle somewhere.
Ooh,
yeah, okay. I did see a dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of feel like, let's see. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, is it Wanda? She's asking. You thought it was a dying smoke alarm, Maureen? Oh, she says she took him in the snow and the snow was taller than him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw images of him in the snow for some reason.
Oh.
I got, your guides are telling me right now that they're actually really good messages, but what they're telling me is you might have a tendency right now to not look something in the face and make a decision that actually might be of benefit to you. And it renders you, when you don't make a decision, feeling bad about yourself or lazy. Because you're in the Queen of Swords position. So there is a strategy to what you've been cultivating lately. You've been doing the work and research, I hear too. But you did get the Knight of Pentacles, which is like a mercenary card. You tend to put yourself on the line too much, and you're your own worst enemy in that regard. But you're finally going to you're sitting in the energy of manifestation right now because you're sitting in the sun. It's not as if you're not creating it. You might have in the past been holding back a little bit, kind of waiting for that moment where you could marry your own instincts about spirituality or being happy to the very causes that ring true to you, because I think you probably doubted your abilities. This could be psychic ability or willing to make a decision, because all the blue in the back of it to me is consciousness, even though it's about that. And then I get victory, 6 of Wands, but I am getting the thing that is going on right now for you more than anything is this sort of sense of malevolent inspiration, or you kind of want to be in a place where you're like, your guides are telling you they know that you want to come from a place where you don't have to do as much just to get what it is you need. I feel like everything might have been more of a struggle through a certain point in your life where you couldn't hash it out because you didn't have time to go into yourself. But that doesn't mean you should be lazy, because I did get this. So if your inspiration is feeling like you want to pull back a little bit, that's fine. But just be aware that you need to maintain your health, but not at the cost of what it is you need. You need to do to grow. That's what they're telling me.
Wow. Well, she gave you some feedback. I'm torn between a real job and psychic work.
Okay.
Do I do this or that? And maybe a book. And I'm torn through it, and so is Jeff. Honestly, we just have to make some money over here, but we'd rather be over here.
And a lot of people think we're going that way, though, Julie, of 4 or 5 jobs. That gig economy will become bigger, but some of it is going to have to come through more of our creativity and innate gifts. So, yeah.
I agree. So Duke wants you to know that if you don't let go of your resistance to this idea, that what we resist persists. And out of the mouths of the dog. You know, I think I love that. It's like playing tug of war. Look at that. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're torn between the two. Next, Dukes is saying you need to dream big. Think of all those bones you could get. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? And the last one I get is he wants you to face the fear because he says the fear is not real. And so if you face it, you will see that it isn't real. And you will feel a lot calmer and ready to maybe take this next step. So anyway, I like his energy. Yeah.
I asked about the book, and I don't know if the book has a lot of negative energy, but they're giving me a no on the book. I don't know if it's depressing you, if you have some sort of, what do you call it, writer's block or something right now, but I'm wondering, and then on top was, I'm wondering if you're writing about something that's a little bit macabre or depressing, the death card.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're not sitting in that energy too long, be careful is what they're telling me. I don't know what that's about.
Okay. She says that she has 2 books.
2 books.
So yeah.
I have
Jeff
3
knows all
after
about
the end of
books. Yeah.
after the end of June. I should. Yeah.
Yes, Jeff is a poet, and we all know it. And he's fabulous. And so yeah. And I'm an English professor, so yeah, we know all about these things. We wish you well, Julie. Yeah, absolutely. All right. One is dark and the other is fun. Well,
okay.
No, yeah. There you go.
I just don't want the 3rd book. If you're doing it now, I get a feeling the 3rd one might be dark, or the one that you just wrote might be darker than the 1st.
Yeah. Okay. Maureen, we finally get to you, Maureen. Fun card. Yes.
Fun card.
SR, you can put yours in. That's fine. All right. So what did I get for you, Maureen? Peace. It starts with releasing the bullshit. It says visualize world peace. What did you put up?
I'm using the Miss Cleo deck. Remember Miss Cleo?
That's a cool
So
one.
I figured fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Do you go to extremes, Maureen, at all? You go to like extremes when you work. Do you have any bipolar energy or anything like that? Because I'm getting for you the 9 of Staffs, which is kind of funny in a way because it is energy of being sort of imprisoned in a scenario where you're working, but yet that inspiration of the wands, or I guess a staff, would that be like a wand? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I think what your guides are telling me right now is that there's something that you're not seeing that you should be. You're inspired by something new, but you're holding on to the old ways of having done something because it's more comfortable. But they were showing me something about, I forget what I said. What did I say? They were showing me something about this dome. I don't know if you've ever been to like any part of a church dome or some part of Russia where they have those domes, but they're telling me, because you get a lot of staff energy here, they're telling me you need to explore this. I don't know if it's architecture or something. Yeah, that's what I got for you.
Wow. Yep. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Michelle, the birthday gal. She's wondering about a romantic partner. Okay. Oh, Christine, you're next with a no shit card. Okay.
I hate when I mix my cards up.
Oh, no,
Maybe there's a reason I shouldn't be doing that. That's what my guides are telling me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to listen to them.
Okay.
for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you guys. No. Okay, so let's see. You germ phobic, Michelle? You know, germ, like, I mean, like, where you might, because I saw like a medieval figure wearing a mask or the shield, and then I also saw COVID. Yeah, okay, so 5 of Wands. Yeah. Have you fallen recently or been in a position where you've had to kind of assert yourself in ways that didn't feel comfortable and you had to pull back a little bit, or um, you were at odds with someone else's energy because it was sort of this bad energy of give and take. Um, um, okay, so that might have been what I was seeing then.
Okay.
And then Miss Krantz, yeah, Michelle, I'm trying to figure out here.
Yeah.
You're trying to negotiate energy, and you're not afraid of things. You got the full reverse, so you will take the chance. But the challenge to you is there are all these opposition forces that are making you question your abilities right now. And I don't mean psychic abilities. I mean the inspiration that you're getting to want to change something or do something. And you kind of feel like you're a charity case. That's the energy you're sitting in. You don't know necessarily if you can negotiate your way through it, but on top of it, um, again, the Page of Pentacles again. So you must have maybe an Archangel Michael connection, but they're telling me that something new is coming in, but there's an identity thing here potentially about a switch into a new position. So I think what I'm hearing is you've been hurt, you put yourself on the line, but it hasn't. It may have stopped you from being proactive about looking for somebody. But there are people in this. The person that you might be looking for is a kindred spirit, because with the Six of Pentacles, I'm thinking maybe they've been through that same sort of thing before, and in the past they may have been divorced, or you might be divorced a couple times. But I get for you the Sun at the end, so it's there. But I think you need to be more proactive about it as opposed to being more guarded. Not that being guarded is bad, but
right. But it is if you're trying to formulate a relationship. And she says she was always sick as a kid.
Okay.
So yeah, so you nailed that one. The next door neighbor, she says.
Is he? Is it he? Is it he? Okay. Okay. Or is he a prick? Or is she a prick?
Yeah.
Or are they something in the card? I mean, I don't.
Yeah. So I have here that invitations and messages are coming your way, and a secret is going to be shared that will seal the deal. So I got the wax seal. So I'm wondering if there's something on its way or something that you're going to receive. And it says that if the hammer comes up, which is things will work out with this particular person, I think. But it also requires you to build things, and it will be hard work because relationships are hard work. You know, they seem really magical in the very beginning, but later on they become a lot more difficult because we are different and they are different. But look I got what Jeff got at the end, which is the Sun.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's going to come for you. Definitely. You know, I just don't know the time frame, but it's fabulous. Yeah. Jeff, yes, I know, Jeff. That's great.
I might have to break down and have a gummy.
And there you. Well, if you're feeling anxious, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. And we can sit and just laugh. We'll just look at each other and go. I did that once with my 2 adult children. My daughter and I shared a gummy, and there was another half of one my son had. And we said, I'm not a pot person. And honest to God, Jeff, the three of us were like just laughing and
You
laughing.
fly, yeah.
And tears were flowing from us. That was so wonderful. Oh, you've never been married, Michelle. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's just past 4:20. That's good. That's good. And Play, you want to join us? Oh, she's having conflict with the neighbor guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. No, only going to wish you the best for your birthday, my dear. Yeah. All right. So we got another no shit card. She said, I shouldn't have said shit. Why not? Oh my goodness. Stop it. Guys. All right. Here you go, Christine. Get your chakras loaded and ready and become zen as fuck.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I don't have a no shit card, so I'm just gonna give you a reading. If that's okay. If you don't.
No, it's fine with her. Yes.
What I'm getting from you is the sensation right now that you really have a wisdom that you've garnered through the years, but I think in some respect, it might have inhibited you because somebody betrayed you or brought you down to some level where they weren't truthful with you. Because I got the tower in the middle. In the Lenormand, it's not that. It's not a disappointment. It can be an ivory tower, or it can be government, or it can be the center of where you protect yourself or something like that. But what I did get was like this pernicious energy knighting to the lilies. Someone was actually trying to screw with your energy, and or there was a gift you had as part of your wisdom or something that you've been working toward. And I kind of feel like it was taken from you abruptly because with the fish and the abundance and then the ship card, either they left abruptly, and it's funny because they're all aquatic. I don't know if there was something at the beach where something happened or something in water or near water where a big tragedy happened, but something happened where your goal was thwarted kind of abruptly. But what they're telling me is that right now, this is how things come together or how things spread. You can't let that get in the way of the wisdom of time and the wisdom of ages, because you are far from done. In fact, with the snake card knighting to the heart card, it tells me that really, you, even in spite of the hurt, there's still something coming here. I just want to see. I do have this question I'm asking about the water, and I want to see. Yeah, water plays some big role for you in something. Because look at how this is my new pendulum, by the way. So I know it's galvanized, but I haven't seen it move this fast yet. Something's going on. So
thank you.
And that's a no shit reading from me.
That's no shit.
Even if it is shit. If it turns out to be shit and wrong, that's my no shit.
And not only that, but shit floats. It's supposed to.
That's true. Or no shit, right? Like,
no shit. Yeah. Does any of that make sense to you, Christine? Is what I'd like to know. Just yes or no. You don't have to explain. Yeah. Oh, you're making homemade chicken soup? Oh, I'll be right over, Play. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Jeff was saying it's raining in Massachusetts. She lives in Massachusetts too, Play.
Yeah. Oh, she does? Okay. Well, there you go then.
There you go. That's right. All right. So you want to hear from your dad. All right. Usually we ask for first name. I don't know if you need that, Jeff. But, let's see where the cards are that have that.
He's telling me for some reason don't blend into the background. I don't know what that means, but let me. I'm getting like confirmation on that in my left ear. I kind of feel like it's like a warning, or he's trying to encourage you to get out of some mold. I don't know, some sort of idea of yourself. Let me see. Saturn and leave. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Disenchantment. Yeah. Yep. Wow. Okay. It's funny when reversals are easier to read than actual uprights when they synthesize more. Because, like with baggage, it seems like with baggage, you can synthesize the energy of the cards and what they're saying to you better. At least I can. I don't know. Yeah. In the midst of trying to stay solid and stay grounded, what he's telling me is, he knows how hurt you were at the point of his departure, and he also believes too that level of disenchantment that came about as a result of it. You still harbor a lot of either resentment or chronic pain or fatigue from something that is still going on that you can't get out of. Whereas in the past, you might have dug your heels in and kept going. Now it's this position of kind of feeling hobbled or feeling like what I said in the beginning, that you're blending into the background or outside and feeling disconnected from people. He wants you to know, even with that lack of balance and harmony you're feeling, that you don't need to subjugate who you are just to blend in and, put on a happy face. I'm hearing that. He's like, don't just put on a happy face for the sake of it, because the message that he's giving me is the Page of Cups, which is this idea that he's constantly around you. He's constantly trying to make sure that he can try to undo some of the things I'm hearing that might have genetically he passed on, or personality wise, if it were like something genetic about depression or sadness. He wants you to know that he gets it, and he wouldn't think any less of you if you thought about fading into the background, but he wants you to know that that is not the way. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. She said, yes, he is. Yep. All right. And so his name is Ken. And I just have to say that Christine did post that her first boyfriend drowned when he was 18.
Is that what the Lenormand was? I was seeing with the anchor. Okay. I'm sorry, Christine.
No, I know. And she said it was a long time ago, and she knows he's well on the other side, but it did break her at the time. And I just
I felt like something had happened. I didn't know it was that bad though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that came through. Yeah.
Well, there must have been a reason for it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yes, he's always with you. All right. So did you, when you were younger, sit at a vanity and like put your makeup on or put, things like that, play? Dad's saying something, or maybe he's saying you wouldn't like go to the store unless you had your makeup on or you were dressed in a certain way or whatever. I'm getting the vanity, and but he's almost in a teasing way. It's not like, oh yeah, you were so vain. No, it's more, like, oh, I remember. And the second thing I get is backstory, and I'm getting that was what Jeff was saying, was telling you what the backstory was, which is fascinating to me because that came up. And he says he loves that you're a bohemian. And that's what we all are, those of us interested in this kind of thing. And he says you have leveled up tremendously, and you are wearing that graduation cap. You are getting all the things that you've been wanting to get are coming to you with your gifts. And he's really, really
he's
happy.
telling me, this came to me, shrinking violet. I heard the term shrinking violet. He said, you're no shrinking violet. And I was first asking, does she feel, he's trying to reaffirm that that's what he's trying to tell you. You're no shrinking violet.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, good. So yeah, I'm glad he came through. He's delightful. My dad is always around me, so I get it. Yeah, I totally get it. All right, so we have Charlie C, Sage of Fire. Just so you guys know where you are in the rotation, I have Sonia Claiborne, J Cat Lady, Victoria, Divine Universe, Aley, and SR Kish. Okay, so just wanted to know so you knew where you were. All right. Well, I received my
question.
Okay.
It's a fake question or a yes or no. So I'm going to do an energy read with the tarot. I'm going to let's see.
Stop it. You're silly. You don't lick your bed. That's silly.
You really need to get out from this place that you're in now, or something. Something's telling me that.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
Yeah, let's see. You know, protection. You've been trying for a long time. There have been options that haven't been as good as this, is what I'm hearing. You need to start protecting yourself more. Yeah. And is there a man that is an obstacle, or a man from your childhood that is around you that was abusive? Because I'm getting the cross card and I'm getting that. And I don't know if this is Section 8 or not. I don't think it is. But what I'm hearing is foundationally, someone's in your head a lot. And I'm wondering if it's a good idea for you to be alone, because the tree I got in the middle, which is, of course, about foundational, and to me, it's home. It's the roots, where the roots go. But there are problems in this place as far as things that have not been, because you got the birds knighting to the child card, knighting to the mountain, which is the bear and the protection. Somebody's an obstacle, or this environment that you're in is an obstacle. And the man, again, kind of looks like Trump from some way, but I digress. The answer to my question, I'm going to say before November, no. But you really need to keep working on getting out of there, because I got the whip knighting to the child. Your inner child is dying inside right now. And the direction, you can only go in one direction. The clover can be about the chancy, or the idea of two different. You need to get away from somebody or something that's hurting you, because I sense abuse. I don't know if you're living in a situation where someone is abusing you and you're taking it verbally. I mean verbal, because the birds could be about that too. You need to get out of there.
She says it's substandard.
Okay.
Yeah. Which would make sense. And that would be, as much as it sounds silly, that would be a governmental sort of thing in a way.
Like I heard Section 8, but I'm just going to see.
No, I don't think it is Section 8. It might be, and again, Charlie, if I'm wrong,
it's
senior
substandard.
living.
Aley's right. I'm getting a yes. Hard. Now it's hard. Yes.
Wow. Yes. Yeah.
Look at that. Okay.
Yeah. So they want you to be strategic, because they said that a battle is unfolding. And so the chess pieces are lining up. And so maybe what they're even saying is, keep checking on other options, perhaps, because I think Jeff's right. You got to get out of there.
You need to get out of there badly.
Yeah. And you need a long-term commitment, not as a marriage or whatever, but with a place. So you don't have to worry about shifting again and again. But I do see new beginnings, and it says to expect changes, because I got the butterfly. So it's very, very possible, Charlie, that something will happen that will either open up, whatever it is that you need, or you find a new place to go, or you can stay with somebody else. I don't know, but there is something good that comes up with that. Think making you sick? Oh, you think it's making, it might be mold. Yeah.
There's something in there that's toxic. I don't know if it's a person or if it's an environment, but there's something really there that's hurting.
There is.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was my husband was in my RV, and we had mold in it. And I think he's still sick. I think that was why. I don't know for sure, but I think so. Yes, please take care of yourself, Charlie. If yeah. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Val. It's good to see you. I'm going to be on with Val and Diana tonight at 6:30, which is an hour and a half from now.
An hour and a half from now.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to come on early too, so we didn't have to rush.
Yeah, if I could get away from the boys, I would have, because then we wouldn't be on against we wouldn't be on against Freebird Spirit. And I know that was the ultimate goal, right? It's all politics.
It's all
Trump all the time.
But
that's what people want. Feed the energy. Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it anymore, really. I mean, I do and I don't.
I do. I was on with Scott the other night, and I'm like, I want to feed into this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and it's okay. It's just that I like
depressed though afterward though, Aley. Oh my God.
It is hard to, especially if you get up and go to work.
Because the answers were horrible.
Yeah, I know. And that's the truth. Yep. Am I on the right path from my guides or with your guides? Is that what you're asking, Sonia? Okay.
I immediately heard, do you like the path you're on? Let's see.
Yeah, because I would think that if you did, then
I'm hearing you're settling.
oh,
Let me see. I'm actually getting a slight no on this. Let me find out why.
okay.
Meaning there's like something that you need to change a little bit, but you've set something in motion, I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. This is an interesting card because it says eye to eye, Sonia. And so I'm wondering if they aren't seeing eye to eye with you, or you're not connecting in that way. But look the way she shifted her glasses. She moved the sort of the colored glasses up, and she's looking at it from a different perspective. And so I think they're asking you to look at your relationship with them from a different perspective. So, because you're not always going to see eye to eye, especially with our guides or anybody in our family, but they want you to pull your head out of the clouds as well.
Yeah, that I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm seeing here that many times so in other words, you spend some time doing some grounding as well. Okay. And everything is not all up here. Everything is wonderfully connected, but there's in the tarot cards, what's the one, Jeff, that is castles in the air? What is that one? Do you remember the one where the person has a cup out, but they don't see it?
And they're sitting higher than the clouds or something?
Yeah, it's a cup that's being held out, but the person is sitting near a tree in it.
Oh, and the Four of Cups?
Four of Cups, is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Four of Cups energy.
Moon in Cancer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you're not seeing the whole picture because you're not being able to focus on the whole thing. But they do want you to venture out, and they say, we're here for you and we're going to light the way for you. But you have to allow us in by calling us in, because we can't come in unless you call us in. So that's kind of the message I have here, Sonia.
I'm getting that these guides have been with you through multiple lifetimes, but I'm also getting here that this is more about what they're wanting for you now. And it's not aligning because of these things in the past that haven't been dealt with. And I don't know if it's just this earth, because there's this really slow energy. When you get the Queen of Wands, this can be about fever, or it can be about the lack of boundaries, the lack of protection around you. There's something going on here where I don't feel like they can always help you. Knight of Pentacles reversed is a mercenary card, or someone that might self-sacrifice themselves. And you're sitting in that Ten of Wands energy where it's like, it's a burden, but you feel like they're telling you, and I'm getting not a chill on this, but this sort of painful energy, that you need to resolve this. Again, I'm getting this Three of Cups reversed energy, which is Mercury and Cancer reversed, which is just this parting of ways with you and them. There may have been a split at one point where like one of them left or two of them left, and then someone came back. But you got the Seven of Cups on top. So there is this sense that on an earthly plane, they know how difficult it is for you to live, because the choices aren't as well delineated as they are maybe in your dreams or in places where they've been with you together. You do get the Page of Pentacles, so Archangel Michael or somebody's watching you. Ten of Swords, again, a betrayal where they haven't been with you, but they want you to see things from a different perspective that you're not seeing. They know what the struggle entails, is what I'm hearing, but you haven't done the work on this earthly plane to do it. the moon. I got witches' secrets, or it could be something that may have come out and it's not playing well. But in the end, I just feel like I'm hearing cosmic justice. Okay, this is about, and you get the card at the end, but it's about a personal justice. They want you to know it's not to make them happy or for their own purposes of getting karmic justice for you. You need the justice on this life, so you don't have to repeat what it is you've gone through in multiple lifetimes.
Sure.
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Continue to keep opening up, Sonia. Yeah, really. It's no discouragement here. Just the idea that maybe try in a different ways. Yeah, and ask. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. All right. So we have J Cat Lady, and the next will be a Victoria, Divine Universe, Aley, and SR Kish. All right. Thank you. All right.
I can answer this question. I got better with the pendulum and this is just because I have a gift for it, but everyone's different. Become dispassionate about what you're asking when it's a yes or no question, because confirmation bias and that sort of thing, especially with this, can play into it. Your mind can move this pendulum in the way that you want it to. So what I do is I try to be dispassionate or unbiased. What's the word? Disinterested. And when I ask the question, meaning I will throw out just whatever sort of things, stream of consciousness wise I get, and then I will wait for the poetry prayer, as I call it, to come through. And that means I'm dispassionate. And then when I get a yes or no, I feel comfortable about it. But it's not about sitting at it and going like this and waiting for it to move. Even though I can do that. But that's my no, this way is my no. So I know it's a no to do that. It's a no.
Just a no.
Yeah, that's my advice. Do you use a pendulum, Aley?
I have, and I don't.
You don't vibe with it? I love them.
Not really. Yeah. I know they are wonderful. And I sometimes use the dowsing rods.
I haven't tried those yet. I've got to try them.
Yeah, you'd like them, I think. But
I think I probably would like them.
It's very fascinating because I pulled this card that I had pulled earlier today, and it says, "Any way the wind blows." And that really fits with the pendulum. It's like, you're right, Jeff. You can't make it. You can make it.
You can make it. You can make the answer.
It's like reading your own tarot. You can make it fit to be a good reading if you're reading your own, because, but you're lying to yourself. So it's a lot with practice.
And I can tell you too, when I get bad cards and my dad is trying to tell me something about my living situation or what I need to do, I will stop because everything he's saying is true. So really, if you divorce yourself from it, you are going to get a better reading than if you are invested in an outcome one way or the other.
Yep.
That's my advice. Yeah.
And you're right. If you're good with the pendulum, you should be good with the dowsing rods. That's right, J Cat Lady. And he should try it. A lot of people love their pendulum. Absolutely. You have to let the spirits tell you what it is. Yes, absolutely, J Cat Lady. Yeah. And neutrality is essential. You're right.
Yeah.
And so, yep. Thank you. So you're probably doing fine, J Cat Lady. And all you have to do
that's
is
what I'm hearing.
Believe in your results, really. Yeah. So, okay. So this is Victoria, and she is wondering, which Claire should I concentrate on developing? I've been on my spiritual journey for 18 months, and I'm jumping from one point of focus. You are not abnormal, my girl.
We all do that.
Not at all.
We all have it to different degrees in different places. Like we all have it. Some of us are clairsentient, audient, whatever. Let me just see.
Yep. I am clair cognizant because I feel.
I think I might be sentient because if I get images in my head I don't know what you call it when you get the images that I see that sometimes ring true. I don't know if that's sentient because it's a form of feeling or sensing.
It could be. Yeah. So trying to think, there's 7 of them, I believe, Victoria. And I believe that claircognizance is what I have, which is just knowing something, using your intuition and just getting a gut reaction. There's other things that have happened to me where I've had clairgustance is tasting something, and there's another clair for smelling it. I've had that come through because my old boss was always smelled of garlic and gin. So it wasn't the greatest smell, but every time I got together with my friend and we worked for this guy, we would smell it in the car all the time. Yeah, so we usually are better with one first, and then the others come in later. So if you are able to visualize things, you might want to work on that one. If you sense something or you hear something, some people have a keener sense of hearing, or so you can see it, you can hear it, and you can feel it, and of course you can taste it and you can smell it. I think those are what the clairs are. But what do you believe is your most important way of accessing your intuition, I guess? And I would say that, and it's okay to jump from one point to another. We don't know where we want to go yet. And so we're like, we got to build all these tools for our toolbox. And that's exactly what you're doing. I'm going to see if I can come up with my other cards I have that give me some more information.
They're telling me that this runs in the family. And it's the same. What I heard initially through my poetry prayer was that it's the same, the same gift that someone in your family has.
Okay.
But yeah, and the hope and fear was embracing it and it not feeling like it's not right. The thing I heard was your chakra here. You get
Crown
energy through here. Yeah, your crown.
Okay.
And then I heard your, some people identify it as what you feel, not the orange chakra. That's the sacral to me. That's what you feel, what you do. So what you do to me is informed by very quickly instinctual stuff, because you got the Eight of Pentacles, you got the Eight of Wands coming in. I think, and you also got this is funny, your challenge was the Hierophant reverse, which is higher knowing or higher knowledge, but it was stifled either in a previous life or by someone in the family that had the same gifts but denied them and or didn't use them. And you got the Ace of Cups in the past, so it's there. It's definitely there, but I feel like it's not just in one place, it's in multiple places. But the place where I'm really getting, where you get information from, is crown. Or
Okay.
it may be your third eye too.
Okay, that's very true. Val says we are remembering our skills and abilities as we awaken, and they will keep coming in as long as we practice and work with all the tools available to us. Yes, I love that, Val. Thank you. And we have been waiting for this time. And so somebody said, said she's been on her spiritual journey since 1972.
Wow.
So I get it.
See, I can only imagine how interesting that might be to just document or have.
Yeah, but there was nothing available then. You couldn't even find a book on it. You could find
that's horrible. Yeah.
So really, when you think about it, it was like in the 90s when I was in my 40s that things started opening up bigger and bigger for me. And so wherever we are is where we need
also
to be.
Too, the more, not to cut you off, Aley, the more that you develop it, like as is the case with anything else, the better it's going to get. Yeah, I believe.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're going to find out things that you thought you don't.
Yeah, we all have these abilities, but we have stifled them. And all we need to do is to just allow it to happen. I mean, many people were frightened as children. Oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to, and we shut it down. And now it's just time to open it right back up again, Victoria.
And in her case too, I feel like there might have been something through a past life with war and armistice, and because of the Ace of Cups, I was thinking like that might have been something that really hurt her. I don't know if she ever felt Holocaust energy or anything like that, but.
Yep. Wow. And there's a lot of people right now that have that energy that are back here on the planet. And
or they're on the planet persecuting other people. like Stephen Miller.
Another.
Yeah. Well, and what was it? What was the name of the one from Hitler's time? What was his name? Himmelman or Heimelman? Himmler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, here's one for you. I was telling people on another show, you know, Stephen Miller, Pee Wee German.
Pee Wee.
He's a reincarnation of one of those dudes.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, you too. I do too. All right. So yeah, it sounds to me like if you hear things, then that's the one that is your primary one. If you smell things, for me, I don't smell it all the time, but you have that one as a secondary one. And so yeah, work on the hearing. There's one person I think used to be on YouTube, and she got all of her psychic information from her left ear, and her channel was called My Left Ear. So yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah. All right. You've been having dreams of seeing someone hanging. You think it was you. Well, it could even be, yeah, that could be, they did some of that before they did the gas chambers, but it could even be from further back. It could be, you could have been a witch. Yeah, it could have been a witch. Yeah. Sure thing. Sure thing, Victoria. Thank you.
They're telling me, Divine Universe, they're telling me, the thing I heard was, you can stop play acting now. You can stop rehearsing. You're ready. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to look more at it now. You've had a choice to make, and things coming together, and they're not synthesizing the way you want them to because you haven't acted on them yet. Their guides are telling me you've made the commitment to yourself, and you've made the commitment to make a choice in the right direction. But you've been kind of weighing things out, like in the parapet up top here, kind of like watching it. And you have very good vigilante skills, but they really want, and that's a yes card. They want you to start acting on it, whatever it is you're doing, because if you don't act on it, this is, of course, the way things come together, or the way the universe would work for you. It's there, but if you don't act on it and make the choice, then things will start to happen that you don't want. And it will stop your gifts. It will stop the, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. If you don't start going out and actually making it happen, the book will already be written for you. It'll be open still. You can always recover from it. They want you to know that because you have a strong commitment to a faith. I don't know what it is, but you're moving in the right direction. But you can't be they're talking about the word obsolescence. It's going to be too late before you realize it, because you can make, and I'm getting dizzy on this for some reason. I don't know if you've been driving yourself insane about something or stressing about something, but I just got this big like whoosh across it. Felt like a head rush. And then moving, they're telling me you might want to be moving too, or moving something around in your life. But all the top cards that are inflecting this reading are all good, but they really want you to act on it. That's what I'm hearing. She
says, I'm getting sissy all the time.
Are you? Yeah, they're telling me stop rehearsing and start acting, or stop play acting.
Oh my God. And when he was saying about feeling dizzy, right?
I got really dizzy there. Like
something happens and I'm head over heels. Oh my God, you've been head over heels with whatever it is you're dealing with.
Like a sickness. I don't know if you have vertigo or anything like that. Divine Universe, I'm sorry if you do, but it was bad energy.
Either that or Jeff got this card in his brain. I don't know. But I'm also feeling like you need to explore more. You're too much of a homebody. Yeah. Yep. And Divine Universe does live in Sweden. So
okay.
Maybe she needs, I don't suggest you come over here to the United States right now, but
yeah, I don't know if you'll ever want.
Yeah, I know.
We're done. I don't know if we'll have one. I don't know if we'll have a country maybe on fire by 2030.
Maybe. That's right. Maybe. All right, so we have Aley, then SR, and Maria Amethyst. We'll do a reading for you. We are done. I'm not taking any more questions at this point, but we'll finish these three. So you were oh, this was actually a comment. So here we go. Aley just said that she was reading about the geometric storms happening and a fair amount of radiation, and we're really right now the sun, the whatever you call it, has turned and is on the other side, so it's not facing the earth, but we're having some really bad stuff here.
The solar flares for the last couple of weeks were bad in a part of Europe too. Yes, and I did get those in my for 2025 is starting, and I'm thinking that they're affecting internet too. Yeah,
they knocked out some in Europe. They knocked out power for a long time.
That's what did it, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. All right. So we have, thank you, Aley, if you're still here. SR says, how is P doing? It's been a long time since I've seen him. All right.
Was one of you an actor? Was his name Peter or Phil? I'm hearing diversion and I'm hearing curtain in my poetry prayer for you. Let me see what the message is to him. He's very protective of you, SR Kish. He's almost more focused on you right now than he is on himself, and he's humbled that you're asking, but he's not at all surprised that you would be. But he's saying it's no skin off my back, whatever that is. Let's look.
No one is an actor, but I'm wondering if perhaps he was playing a role.
That could be.
Because, we don't have to be actors, but we're all actors on the stage of life, so to speak. So, yeah. I have here that he's very happy, very successful, and very...
Yeah, these are really good cards.
Yeah, very, very good. It says here he is more in the flow, and he's not being resistant. He's accepting whatever it is that he's doing, and he's thriving with it. And finally, it says here that he's living a fairly peaceful life, but that he's put up more personal boundaries. Apparently, he has felt that perhaps he was being impinged upon, and he needed to, and we all need to put our boundaries up, honestly. So very, very, very interesting. I also, with this also shows a nourishment and a gentle type of strength that he carries in his life. Hello, Miss Tarot.
Yeah, he died, or he went too soon. But when I say that, everyone says they went too soon. But what he's telling me is
he's not dead. This guy isn't dead.
This guy is not dead. I don't know where they are, if they're in the universe still. But what's funny is in the background, I did get the death card, but it made me think it was a past energy. So how could they be dead? But I got the King of Cups upright, and then I got this separation. I kind of feel like it's not done yet, and there's something more that he's trying to convey to you, even from a distance. You're sending messages to each other. And they're like warm wishes or alms or something, like you get more something at Christmas. It's like a charity type thing, but it's never wasted. It's never wasted on you. You learn more about charity and your own gifts from him, I'm hearing, but he's trying to tell me don't self-sabotage and don't try to reclaim at any cost what you had with him, simply because you're feeling devoid of something now that he's gone. And then, yeah, Lovers reverse. So I don't know if it was a painful separation for a while where your lives were taking you in two different directions, but there's also this energy of either obsession or stalking. I don't know if one of you was ever stalked by someone, but that might have drawn you together in some way. And then this came in reverse. It's not done. There's something that you need to convey to each other or do with each other. Someone went in foolhardily, but that's what drew you together, the wisdom of what you were trying to fulfill together. I got this reversed. I feel like there's still some unfinished business there, something that might have been unsaid. And once you get that, there's some piece of the puzzle where either someone's been bequeathed either money or some spiritual gift, because this was in the energy opposite the charity energy. This was in the energy that you're sitting in. I feel like you're there for each other psychically too.
She said it was painful for her. So, yep. Wow.
Like you're still feeling each other's energy, if that's possible. Maybe that's what I was picking up on, mistaking for death, because this was in the background, but he's not dead. It feels like he's very much alive. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Okay. Finally, we have Maria. What grade do you see me getting on my bachelor degree assignment? A, B, C, D, E, or fail? How involved are you in it, Maria? I'm wondering. I'm thinking, as a teacher, that it depends on how much energy that you are putting into something. But I'll go ahead and see what I can. Yeah, what I can.
I'm getting this is more of a creative endeavor, like either a painting or a thesis that is self-generated. In other words, like you're not assigned something. It almost feels like just plain pass-fail energy. I mean, but everything's pass-fail. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me just see here.
True. It's a text. Okay.
You're gonna do this. You're gonna do this really. Let's see, really well. I'm getting a B plus or an A minus. Now I'm getting like A energy because I really like the way the pendulums work. Let me see this.
Oh, it's 10,000 words. Okay.
I had a Shakespeare paper that had to be 21 pages long when I was a senior in college. I was an English major, and that wasn't even the main thrust of.
Really?
It was one class, yeah. And it was on. I'm trying to remember. It was on some obscure Shakespeare play too, and I was choosing really strange passages to examine. It was really odd. I wish I had that paper. I wish I had kept those.
I did my thesis on for my master's, but it had to be 75 pages.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And it took me a long time, but I just did a little bit every day, and I, blew them out of the water. It was an awesome, fun project.
This one I busted out in like 2 days. It's not hard. It was never hard for me to write, but it was 75. I don't know how I do with that. Yeah.
She says she thinks it's either a B or a C, but it's a text about a subject she's studying to be a teacher. Okay. I have pull yourself together. That's the first card I have. And so I think what they're asking you to do is make sure
you're going to burn yourself out if you don't.
You're going to burn yourself out, but you also need to, do all the things, have somebody else read it, do spell check, grammar check, blah, 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 blah. But you've got in this card, the hand is holding the heart. It's an anatomical heart, but it's holding the heart. So you're very invested. Your heart is very invested in this beautiful text that you're creating. And you are also doing a kind of a spillage of the tea, which means when you spill the tea, then people find out things that they didn't know before. So they're saying, just be careful, make sure you do all your citations correctly, make sure you have all your ducks in a row. And I'm seeing a B or better is what I'm seeing. Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing with this. But what I want to point out with this is you got the Queen of Pentacles. So I think you're going to be an amazing teacher as far as resources go. You really need to not make sure you don't burn yourself out, though. This is about boundaries. It's your challenge right now. And I feel you're in that place where you're like, justifiable. You're sitting in this, the tower. So it's this constant thing. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop to where you get the grade. And
Yeah.
that's more stressful than the actual work for you
It
in the
is.
past. And I feel like you've done more
Yep.
to where you have burned yourself out. You have not learned yet to kind of pull back a little bit. You're young, probably, or younger than I realized. So none of this really, but the world on top of this is about completion, successful completion subconsciously. This is going to work out for you. But I think the main question is, I think you're going to be studying postgraduate too. That's what I think this sense of incompletion is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other component of this is, what is it when you're waiting for that next thing to happen? I kind of feel like you're setting the stage with this study or with this test to go on and do the same sort of thing that this test represents, even if it's in teaching. There's something about this test that presents some sort of practicum. They're telling me.
Okay.
And then, you got the kids around you with the pentacles, but I kind of feel like in group or in like when you go out and actually use it, it's going to mean more to you, and you're going to feel more comfortable about your own abilities than just what a test can tell you. Because I got this, which is victory, basically, and the motive. I almost feel like some of the technical stuff that you're being burdened with right now is more of a hindrance to you than what your actual abilities are as far as motivation and wanting this. And I got really good cards at the end. I got this. I got the ultimate manifestation card, which is one of them. Knight of Pentacles. This is someone that would sacrifice a lot for somebody. So be careful that when you get into teaching, that you're not burning the at both ends. A lot of teachers do burn out because of it, but you're going to be amazing at it.
So
that's what I got.
I have to tell you right now, Maria, that I was 44 when I got my master's degree, and when I started teaching at the college level. And everybody that I've ever taught since that period of time that starts later is much more interested in learning, much better at what they do, much more invested because they have to pay. And so, I think this bodes well for you. And And Charlie's niece got a 3.971. Amen, girl. Wonderful. Wonderful. You should be proud of her. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you should get a master's, Maria. You should. Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. All right. So let's see.
That's Anya it, right?
Yeah, it was it. But Anya asked a question about the solar storms that near the end here.
You're really nervous, Maria. I'm like, I'm getting that shake. It's like almost the DT shakes.
Yeah, I
drank.
Yep. Take a deep breath, Maria. Is all the aggressive, angry behavior everywhere, road rage, all caused by 5G, or is it a combination of factors like solar flares?
I haven't thought of this.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. That's a good question, girl. Let's see if we can get an answer. And thanks for asking the collective question, really. Yeah. I think it all contributes, don't you? I'm sure it does.
I got to think if the ground is shaking all the time, and if the political, on top of it is yes, it's all of it. But let's look.
Yeah.
Do you live in the United States, Angela?
She does. She lives in North Carolina.
I think you're kind of taken aback by what's happening here more than I feel like you've lived in other places where maybe you would feel more grounded is what I'm hearing right now. But none of us imagine.
Oh, Maria, you're in Norway. Well, that's wonderful, Maria. That's nice to know. Yeah. Oh. Wow. This is amazing. I'm just pulled these little cards I got the other day. They call the Animal Oracle. The first thing I get is Caprice. And I believe Caprice is I'm going to have to look it up. Doesn't caprice mean like people that
Is it capriciousness or
greedy?
whimsical?
Okay. It's a change of mood or behavior. Okay.
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 Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's been a change of mood and we know why. That's one thing. And it says it's also a confluence in consumerism. And we know that's a problem because of the tariffs and all that other junk. And I really do believe that the solar storms, the divisions that we have, at least here in the United States, and I'm hearing now we're also being told that nuclear power is going to be expanded in the United States. There's a lot of crap going on. And all of those things are creating, they're working in tandem with each other. And it creates, and also absolutely, and no offense to anybody who eats meat, no offense. But that's where some aggressive, angry behavior can come from as well, because you're eating the aggression of the animal or the fear of the animal. It's embedded in their meat and you are eating it. And I remember hearing that in the 90s and thinking, wow, but it can affect it. So anyway, yeah. No offense.
I think the lower level what I got was the lower level vibration or the transactional nature of the world that we're seeing is a shift that's left us adrift. And this is a yes card, but we're bound by the transactional nature of things. Like we react and we feel and we react. We don't think about it. It's caused by the commitment we have to we're trying to feel our way through the universe to try to understand how things come together. And yet at the same time, this react energy is also how things spread. So, it's a scenario where we try to make the choice to get out of that and do the meditation, but we're at a place right now where we're being driven into different arenas we haven't been before, like Aley said. And this is the yes card to you as well. But the commitment ultimately to ourselves or one another, because this is, of course, how things spread or how things come together. We get these knighting. So this is another yes card, but right next to the yes card is the big red herring, the things we do have to go through to get there, whether it's the political or the tricky stuff. So the answer is yes, but it's not without hardship.
Right. And Belle's right. We're elevating in frequency and everything is affecting us. Yes. And it's hard when we get sucked in, as Jeff said, when you're doing the readings and then you're supposed to go to bed about an hour later.
You're either really, really amped up after it, even if you don't drink a lot of caffeine, or angry. And it's a horrible place to be because I'm starting to dream again. And lately I've been seeing like cockroaches. I've been seeing those in my dreams coming out. I dreamt, although I have a crush on him, I dreamt like David Packman was just talking to me about something for like hours and hours. And he's like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And I had no words. I was like mute. So things are starting to get kind of like more intense as far as what's going on psychically too. I think that's changing.
And it's summer coming up, and summer's, when we're outside more, and if there's solar shit going on. Yeah. Anyway, well, thank you everybody so much for spending almost an hour and 40 minutes with us. And we enjoyed reading for you. Yeah, we've been really busy, but we thank you for your questions and hope we've given you some kind of answers. And Jeff and I will be back in a couple of weeks. And he'll be streaming from his channel. I'll be simulcasting, and please look for our show. We enjoy working together, and everybody in the chat, thank you for saying that Jeff is a fabulous reader, because he really is, honestly. So, yes, Julianne, it is happening to the collective.
Yeah, it is, and it's unsettling. And I think we can't help but feel fearful right now. And that is contagious too. But
it is.
Look at what's on top of us. they're not doing these things, you know, and that I heard something the other day. I just want to leave it with too. Mark Zuckerberg is building a bomb. I mean, it's been advertised that he's building a bomb shelter somewhere, a nuclear bomb shelter. And for the last year, not this year, but last year, I was watching movies like Threads and The Day After. Threads is a British movie about that. I still believe, you guys, that something is out there where that's concerned. And I also believe that the reason that a lot of people are doing this, and I'm getting chills on this, is because even the billionaires are afraid. The more you accumulate, the more you want. And ultimately, someone has to have all of it, because soon the resources are going to dry up, and maybe we won't be here. We will be, you know, inhabiting some better space, but they're the ones who are going to suffer more than we are, because ultimately, this is not sustainable for humanity, and humanity will rise against this somehow, because I don't think it's sustainable. I think it's sickening, and I think it's deplorable what we're going through. And it may take, and I'm not advocating violence there, it may take some people who are going to go a little bit psycho to rearrange this, but it has to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's very true, Jeff.
And that could be the energy of the flares, the earthquakes.
But Mark he's building that in Kauai, actually.
Mother Gaia doesn't want this for us, you guys. No. She doesn't want this, and she wants to either expel us or make it stop.
Yep.
Because it's not healthy.
That's right. That's right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Smile. You're on Candid Camera.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God.